Now we're ready to start Suniya. So the Pauri starts, Suniya Sid Peer Sur Nath. A quick note about pronunciation of the word Suniya. Firstly, there is Anana. A lot of people say Suniya, Nanna. They say it with a Nanna. But this is not Nanna, this is Anana. Suniya, Ana. It's got that sound. Difficult for people who are not brought up with Punjabi because that sound is not common in other languages. Yeah? Anana, Adara. Yeah? These kind of rolling of the tongue sounds. So it's not Suniya. It's Anana, Suniya. Secondly, it's a Sihari, not a Bihari. Some people say Suniya with the Bihari. They elongate the E sound. Suniya. This is a very short E sound. Suniya. Very short. Finally, it's got dulam, not a lam, which is the two lines, the last vowel on top of the era. Suniya, not suniye. Slight difference, yeah? Not suniye. Suniya. It's got an air sound to it. So that's a little bit about pronunciation. Suniya. Sid Peer Surnath. This Sihari within the word Suniya makes the word a present tense. Listening now. By listening now. By being in a state of listening. If the word had a Bihari, Suniya, with a long E sound, it's a future tense word. Gaviya, Suniya. Do this, go away and do this. Yeah? Guruji is saying, Gaviya, Suniya, Man Rakhiya Pao. That's a future tense word. Go and do this. This is now we're doing it. We're in it. Suniya, Sid Peer Surnath. So the word Sid is a word meaning miracle performers, Siddhiyan. We hear Riddhiyan Siddhiyan, people who can do miracles. Yeah? And Sid is plural, doesn't have an onkar underneath it. So miracle performers. Peer is a Persian word, Islamic word, meaning some sort of spiritual master. It's the closest word, I suppose, to guru within that sort of Persian sort of language. Peer. But here again, Peer is plural, doesn't have an onkar underneath it. So it means spiritual masters. Sur, again, plural, and it means devte, demigods, devi devte. Nath, plural again. Nath is yogic masters, those who've taken yoga to a level where they've become a master of that yoga. Guruji is saying, Suniya Sid Peer Surnath. By listening, one reaches the level of Sid, of miracle workers, of Peer spiritual masters, of Devi Devte, and yogic masters. You become at the higher spiritual level if you master this Suniya technique. This is the state that they also obtain. They can obtain this level of Suniya. That's where they get to. That's what makes them a Sid, a Peer, a Sur, a Nath. That's what makes them that level. Not just what they wear on the outside or what they show to other people. It's the level that they are able to get to because they're able to focus at that level, be aware at that level of their own nad. That makes them that spiritual master. Simple question. Is this really possible? I always like to bring it back to us normal people. Yeah? Nanak nirgun gun kare. We're the nirgun. Yeah? The simple common folk. Do we honestly believe that we can reach this level? Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying yes. But let's talk about us. Is it possible to obtain this level simply by doing the kind of listening that we do? We go to the Gurdwara, we listen to Kirtan, listen to Path. Can we obtain this level? And Guru Nanak Dev Ji this is not some one-off claim that Guru Nanak Dev Ji is making. Guruji makes this claim time and time again. Yeah? Beginning of Asa Diwar, you've heard me quote this line before. Balhari gur apne deohari sadwar. I'm a sacrifice to that Guru hundreds and thousands of times a day. Jin manas te devte kiye. Karat na lagi var. Who can turn mankind into devtas in an instant? So Guruji is not just saying this once. This message comes again and again. That you and me and ordinary people can be elevated to the state of a Devi Devta. Do we honestly believe this is possible? Because if you don't believe it, you're not going to do it. You're not going to practice it. You're not going to try. Yeah? Remember, we can try as hard as we want. Yeah? Karmi ave kapda nadri mokuvar. This karam, kirpa, grace, this idea we've covered so much time and time again. Yeah? Jetis nadar na ave. But koshish ta karna hi pana na. We have to try, right? We have to do a little bit of effort. So, with the kind of listening that we do, listening to Path, listening to Kirtan, is that enough? Is that the kind of listening that we are talking about here? If you just go to the Gurdwara every day and listen to the Path, is that Suniya Siddh Peer Surnath? Because you might believe it is. Just go to the Gurdwara, listen to a bit of Kirtan. But listening to Kirtan is at a superficial level. The Kirtan has to go in to the point at which the one doing the listening is the one that's shining. Not what it's listening to, but the one doing the listening starts becoming overflowing. Because what are we focusing on? Gurmukh Nadang. We're trying to find the Nad. Yeah? We're trying to find our aliveness. So we have to kind of dissect a little bit, what kind of listening do we do? What are the levels of listening that we experience on every day? So for me, there are 4 stages of listening. At the very basic level, there's hearing. Yeah, what we do with our ears. You hear a sound. You hear a noise. Yeah. Phone might be ringing in the distance. You hear it, but it doesn't register anything. So the second level is that where the sound actually makes some impact on your brain. Your brain actually does something with that information. What is sound? Sound is information, right? Light is information traveling into our body. Touch, things that we feel, that's information. But within our brain, something has to process that information. The brain has to say, that's useful sound. Like if it's a phone ringing and we're not at home, it's somebody else's home, it's not a useful sound to us. The brain just chooses. Yeah, think about brain like receiving all this information, saying, yeah, I need that, I don't need that. Let's say it's like you hear a crash outside. Your brain says, oh, I might need that. Yeah, that might be useful to you. What is that? Or a car alarm goes off. Your brain says, is that my car alarm? Your brain processes all the sounds and says yes or no. So that's the second level of listening, where we're listening and we're understanding what we're hearing. First, we're just bringing sound into our ears. Secondly, the brain is actually processing that information. So we can call the first one hearing, and maybe the second one is listening. Yeah, we're actually paying attention. Then I think that there are more levels of listening, which is that we can start sensing. With our body, we can start feeling. So if somebody is talking to us, you can just listen to what they're saying, like me, blah, blah, blah. He's just talking. But if somebody's saying something really important to you, or they're really pouring their heart out to you, You will listen, you will process, and you will start absorbing that emotion to the point at which you can start feeling the emotion that they're feeling. So you start listening with your ears, level 1. Your brain processes, that's the next level. The third level is your body starts feeling, sensing that sound. It happens with music quite a lot as well. That the brain manifests that sound not into that's just a very nice song, but it manifests that into emotion. So the emotion coming from the singer, from the music, becomes something that you feel. You start sensing that. So that's, I think, level 3 of listening. Listening with our body. Yeah? That requires you to really listen intently. You can't be listening to anything else if you want to start actually feeling that emotion. The fourth, I think, is awareness. We listen with awareness. That is the step beyond the mind, where we're not processing what we're listening to. We're just aware of the listening itself. So the first 3 levels require sound coming in, us processing, us doing something with it. It's focusing on the sound and the content of the sound. The 4th level is focusing on the one doing the listening. We never really focus on that, right? Any noise that comes in, any sound that comes in, we do the first 3 levels. We listen with our ears, we process with our brain, we might feel the emotion, but we never take the sound out and actually just listen to the one doing the listening. That's where you're going in. Yeah, we've mentioned this time and time again about this being an inner journey. Now's the time to start going in. Yeah? And it is at this level that I think Guru is trying to get us at. This is the level of Soniya Siddh Peer Surnath, where the one doing the listening is more important than what it is listening to.